I've been craving for these cookies for a while. Then I thought, life is short, just make these cookies and be done with it. Simple cookies. I made those probably 7 or 8 years ago, I don't remember, but it's been a while. And I remember Arka was still on the table passing the sugar, salt, all the ingredients. Now they are all grown up, no one helps me, no one is on my table, and life is good. Okay, what we need? 2 sticks of butter, room temperature. I use salted butter. If you're using unsalted, use half a teaspoon salt. You will also need some semolina, a cup of semolina, 1/4 cup of sugar, 1.5 cups of flour, baking dates. If you don't have baking dates, simply get mid-jewel dates and with a fork or with a processor blender, smash them into this paste consistency. And optionally, you can use some rose water and orange blossom water. You mix everything together, form the cookies, bake, and happiness. First, we add butter and sugar only. Whisk it until it's nice and fluffy, a little bit pale color, and then we add semolina and flour, and the dough is ready. As simple as that. It's only 1/4 cup because you know dates are naturally super sweet, and then we dust it with powdered or confectioner sugar that's also sweet, so that's why probably there is only a little bit of sugar in the recipe. This should take probably 4 to 5 minutes. As long as you see the butter is fluffy, you stop right there. And don't forget to stop and scrape, a small tip that everyone knows. Okay, 2 more minutes. You notice there is no vanilla extract, and these ingredients are optional. So basically all the flavor comes from butter. So be sure to get good quality butter if possible. If no, no worries. Add some vanilla extract and these things, that should fix it. I'm adding 1.5 cups of flour and an entire cup of semolina. This is a half cup. That's why I'm adding 3 of this. And you can be generous on these things because as they bake, they kind of lost their aroma, mostly. About a tablespoon. And rose water is pretty strong, so I won't risk it because it's too much flavor of rose. Now final mix, 2-3 minutes until everything is incorporated, combined, and the dough is ready. It's ready. And it probably looks a little bit shaggy, not organized, but trust me, as it bakes, it's so well organized. It tastes amazing. I mean, these cookies are probably one of our favorites. Very original tasting cookies, not your average chocolate chip cookies. Okay, at this point, let's preheat the oven, 350 degrees. By the time it's preheating, we'll manage to form the cookies. It's an entire story. Don't forget to check if there is something in there. It will save you a lot of time if you pre-roll these date balls, or how you call it, into this walnut size, small simple balls. That way you will also figure out how many cookies you can make. I completely forgot how many cookies you can make from this batch. We'll remember. Just give me a few minutes. Okay. And I remember finding small hard chunks from some of these paste packets. I don't know if this is a good quality. I haven't tried this one. Okay, it's a good idea to slightly oil your hands so it doesn't stick too much. and I'm gonna do that just lightly, just like so. Grab a piece. If you want to use your measuring scoop, you can do that, but I'll eyeball them into small walnut size balls, just like so. I think one package is enough for this batch. I don't remember. This will be a good reminder. You can also make these cookies with pistachios, walnuts, or pecans. You simply mix those finely chopped nuts with this date mix. It like knead it in, and you'll have even more delicious cookies. Well, these are just perfect as is. Okay, these are ready. The bowl for the dough should be a little bit bigger than date balls, so they can fit inside properly and not just come out of the dough. So I'll probably grab, I don't know how many grams. Just eyeball it, please. I'll show you how I eyeball it. Approximately something like this proportion, you know, when you try to put this in there. See, it fits perfectly. You kind of bring everything together and roll it, squeeze it, and it's ready. And of course, cookies have to have a beautiful design. If you have time for that, you can either use a fork and make the design, or the way I'm doing. I think it's time taking, but well worth it. I like using these mini tart tins. It's my idea. Although there are special molds for these cookies, I didn't bother to buy any molds because I have enough of my own molds. So what you do, I want to slightly grease this. Very lightly, and you don't even have to oil them. You can also use some semolina, just sprinkle in there. It's in order for the dough to come out easily from the mold, because sometimes it gets stuck because this is not the right mold for these cookies. We're just using them as a mold. Okay, let me show you. If you want to have like presentable, good looking cookies, you want to compete with someone with your cookies being more beautiful than someone else's. Just bring it in, roll it lightly, and stick it in the mold, just like so. Lightly, just to get the design. And it's stuck. I don't think it's stuck. Okay, something like this. You take time and make them good looking. You need effort. Spend some effort. Well, after suffering for a few minutes, I realized that it's much better to do with semolina, sprinkle semolina, than oil them. So I started redoing this. Look how perfectly they come out when you sprinkle with semolina, and how not perfectly when you do it with oil. So don't be shy. And a message from my husband, it's better just not to do any of this. Just roll it, he says, and bake it. That's his option. This not good looking one is his suggestion. No, it's not gonna work for us. I like torturing myself. Okay, I'm almost done. In 2 to 3 hours, I'll be back. See how easy. What was I thinking? After this messy procedure, these are done. That's why you make these cookies once a year. By the way, this is from Middle Eastern cuisine, and when I was reading some comments, people would say we make these cookies on Easter. So I think this is very good time to bake them. 25 minutes, 350-degree oven, and I'll be back just a second. By the way, this batch makes 14 cookies and we have 2 leftover date balls, just in case you're counting how many cookies you usually make. Some things are not supposed to be counted, like cookies. The more the happier. 25 minutes. In about 25 minutes, the magic is out of the oven. And this is the magic dust. Anything you dust with this powder or confectioner's sugar tastes and looks amazing. Okay. The more the merrier. The cookies are very crumbly when they're still hot. Very, very gentle approach is required. They smell amazing and they're so hot. Give me a few minutes. I know you can't wait until I try them. Okay, I want to show you how they look inside. They are pretty large cookies. Look at this beauty. Let's try this beauty. I'll make it smaller, okay? Oh, I missed you so much. So good. Simple, delicious, and time-taking. Make it, enjoy it at least once a year. It's well worth it. Recipe in the description. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you soon. I'm gonna go make some coffee or tea.